What if the simple act of noticing what's good in your life can change everything? Welcome to the Inner Compass podcast show. I am your host, Jackson Ogo, and today we're diving into cultivating gratitude in daily life. How small, intentional moments of appreciation can shift your perspective, strengthen your resilience, and bring more clarity and joy into everyday living. Let's explore how gratitude can become a compass, guiding us towards a more fuller, present life. Several years ago, I was walking back to my car at 1 a.m. from a club in downtown Seattle. I was dressed like a man on a mission and smelled like just enough Calvin Klein cologne to convince myself that the night might end in my favor. I had gone to stage to meet a buddy so we could practice our vernacular with the women who came through that evening. It turned out to be an unsuccessful night, at least by the standards we had set. On my walk back to the car, I passed a homeless encampment near where I had parked. The area looked rough. People moved around in shadows, bundled up against the cold. I also noticed others leaving the club, walking to their cars in pairs, laughing and clearly more successful than I had been that evening. As I got closer to my vehicle, I saw a homeless man sitting inside a cardboard enclosure. His bare feet were sticking out into the cold Seattle night. And one question hit me. How does one stay warm during the winter in Seattle with no shoes? That rhetorical question stirred something deeper than sympathy. It stirred empathy. I thought to myself, the least I can do is help. But how? Then the idea came to me. I sat down, unlaced my black suede Timberland boots, and knocked gently on the cardboard wall. A face appeared and I offered him my boots. He looked at me, confused, and asked, "What are you going to wear if you give me those?" I told him the only honest answer I had. "I've got several pairs of shoes in my closet. I'll be all right walking barefoot to my car." He stared at me for a few seconds, trying to understand my sincerity, and then with gratitude in his eyes, he accepted the gift. When I got back to my car, barefoot and a little cold, I sat there for a moment and reflected. I had walked into the night thinking that it was unsuccessful because it didn't go the way I had planned. But in that quiet moment, I realized something. Maybe the night wasn't unsuccessful. Maybe it unfolded exactly the way it needed to. That moment reminded me that gratitude isn't about appreciating what we receive. It's about appreciating the opportunities we were given. And sometimes the smallest acts of kindness becomes the greatest reminder of how much we truly have to be thankful for. So let's talk about what it looks like when gratitude stops being a reaction to life and starts being a way to navigate it. How would your life look like if gratitude guided your everyday choices? Gratitude isn't a warm feeling we experience when life goes well. It actually serves as a compass, guiding the choices we make, the mindset we carry, and the way we show up in the world. Think about it. When we're grateful, our attention shifts. Instead of focusing on what's missing, we notice what's present. Instead of being driven by fear or comparison, we start to orient ourselves towards abundance and possibility. Gratitude helps us clarify our priorities because it highlights what truly matters. It's not just about big gestures. Small, consistent moments of recognition, like appreciating a morning coffee, a kind word from a friend, or even a quiet moment of reflection, can ripple outwards. Those tiny acknowledgments start to shape our decisions, how we treat others, and how we respond to changes, and how we invest our time and energy. When gratitude becomes a daily habit, it doesn't just make us happy, it makes us more intentional. It becomes a lens through which we navigate life, nudging us towards decisions that align with our values rather than reacting out of habit or stress. Here's a few reflective prompts to help explore this concept. How would your daily choices change if you consciously noticed what you already had before chasing what you didn't? What small moments or people in your life often go unnoticed but can guide your perspective if you acknowledge them? At its core, gratitude as a compass is about letting thankfulness guide your direction, not just your feelings. It's a way to move through life with awareness, presence, and a sense of alignment with what truly matters. When gratitude guides our personal choices, it doesn't just shape our own lives, It naturally extends outward, transforming how we connect with people around us. What we notice, appreciate, and acknowledge in ourselves often becomes the lens through which we show up for others. Who has quietly impacted your life that you can thank today? Gratitude has a unique power in relationships. It's one thing to feel thankful privately, but expressing it strengthens the bond we have with family, friends, colleagues, and even casual acquaintances. Simply noticing the contributions, efforts, or presence of others can transform ordinary interactions into meaningful connections. Gratitude also acts as a counterbalance to conflict. When we recognize the good in others, it becomes easier to navigate disagreements with patience and understanding rather than frustration or criticism. It shifts our perspective from what's wrong or missing to what's working and what's valued. Here's a few ways to cultivate gratitude in relationships. Say it out loud. Tell someone directly what you appreciate about them or how they support you. Write a note, a short message of thanks that can have a lasting impression on a person's day. Take notice of small things. Recognize everyday acts of kindness or efforts that often go unnoticed. And finally, reflect on shared experiences. Take the time to acknowledge moments of support, laughter, or even growth together. At its heart, gratitude in relationships is about connection, deepening empathy, building trust, and reminding both of yourselves and others that we are seen, valued, and appreciated. When we practice gratitude in our relationships, we start to notice that appreciation isn't just for the easy, joyful moments. It can also reshape how we navigate life's toughest challenges. Gratitude doesn't ignore difficulty. It gives us a lens to see growth, opportunity, and resilience, even in hard times. How can practicing gratitude shift the way we perceive challenges or setbacks? It's easy to feel grateful when life is smooth and predictable, but real transformation happens when we bring gratitude into the moments that test us. When we're stressed, overwhelmed, or facing setbacks, gratitude acts shift attention from what's going wrong to what we can acknowledge, what lessons are hidden, and what supports exist around us. Gratitude in hard times doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means noticing even small sparks of goodness amidst the struggle, a friend checking in, a lesson learned from failure, or simply the breath in your lungs that keep you moving forward. Today, identify one difficult situation in your life and intentionally find one thing to be grateful for about it. It could be a lesson it taught you, a person who supported you, or even a strength you're discovering within yourself. Notice how this shift in perspective changes the way you approach life's challenges over time. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius. As we wrap up today's episode, remember this. Gratitude isn't just a warm feeling. It's a lens, a guide, and a compass. It helps us notice the small moments, appreciate the people around us, and find light even in challenging times. Whether it's recognizing a friend's support, savoring a quiet moment, or discovering strength in adversity, gratitude has the power to shift perspective, strengthen resilience, and bring more presence into our daily lives. Carry today's challenge with you. Notice one thing you could be grateful for in a difficult situation, and how it changes the way you approach the moment. Over time, these small acts of awareness ripple outwards, shaping your life and relationships in ways you might never have expected. Next time on the Inner Compass podcast show, we'll dive into episode 16, the journey of healing from trauma. We'll explore how confronting the past, embracing vulnerability, and leaning on self-compassion can guide us towards recovery, growth, and a renewed sense of direction. Until then, keep noticing, keep appreciating, and let your gratitude guide your way. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.